Welcome back to the Presence of Being podcast. Thank you for being here, for being a part of our community. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are listening to this. Getting ready to release hats for the Presence of Being community. I know I've said this in some previous videos, but the hats are being released tomorrow, Tuesday, October 29th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. They'll be released. Presenceofbeing.co. You can go on and support the community, support what we're building here at Presence of Being. If you sign up for the email list, you will have first access to the website when it is unlocked tomorrow morning, Tuesday, October 29th, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I just want to say thank you in advance for supporting these recordings, supporting everything that we're building at Presence of Being, and let's get into this recording. So something that I've started to incorporate into my self-development practice is, in addition to setting goals, writing them out, and then taking action towards those goals, making the process the goal and leaning more into embracing and enjoying the journey to getting to where it is I see myself going or my goals. And I know this is very cliche. People say this all the time. Enjoy the process. But when you actually internalize what that means, it's not just like a cliche term that people say to be present, or a cliche term that people say because you're not at your goals yet. I think when you genuinely learn to embrace your journey to getting to where it is you want to go, you'll not only be able to get to the places that you want to go quicker, in my opinion, but your ability to successfully hold on to your goals once you do reach them, I think is going to be greatly improved. Now, I believe you are going to get to the places that you want to go quicker if you learn to embrace your journey and make the process the goal. Not only your goals, but also making the process the goal, is because you're no longer making the process a means to an end. You can think that there's this massive gap between you and your goals, you and where it is you want to go. But a lot of people think that that gap is unnecessary. They just have to get over what it is they need to get over in order to get to the places that they want to get to. They may understand that there's certain action that you need to take, or action that is required of you to take to get to the places that you want to get to. But people think that they need to rush this process and not really appreciate what's going on in the middle between you and your goals, because they just want to get to their goals. They overlook the value that's actually embedded in the journey of getting to your goals. And there is so much significance, because each step towards your goals is going to provide a new level of difficulty and a new challenge, because it's forcing you to get outside of your comfort zone and grow. And when you embrace growth and you make the process the goal, and you actually look forward to taking those steps and embracing those challenges to getting to the places that you want to get to, your mind is now aware of the fact that all of the shit that you have to experience to getting to the places that you want to get to, and it's not all going to be shitty, of course. You're going to experience highs, you're going to experience lows, because that's just life. But the inevitable resistance and the inevitable challenges that you do face as you progress towards your goals is going to equip you with all the necessary skills that's going to help you hold on to the things that you get when you reach your goals. And I've said this before, if you are not proud of yourself, you don't like who you are, and you are not yourself, and you got to your goals, what's the point? In addition to that, if you got the things that you wanted and you couldn't hold on to it, you lost it very quickly after you got it. I mean, there's still significance because you got there and you became someone as you got there. But if you lost it very quickly after you got it, that's not really what you want. You want to be able to get it and then grow it. Get it and then continue to become, continue to grow, continue to get better, so you can grow the things that you get, and your goals just keep on getting bigger and you grow with those goals. So making the process the goal and embracing the growth that inevitably is going to transpire as you take action and consistent action towards your goals, I think is very important. Don't just view your journey as a means to an end. People want to rush their journey to getting to their goals. And yes, you want to get there quicker, so you try rushing things, but the real way, in my opinion, that you're going to get to your goals quicker is coming to the realization, like holding yourself accountable and looking yourself in the mirror and telling yourself, this is going to be a grind. This is going to be a challenge, and I'm up for that challenge. I know I'm going to grow. There's going to be times where I'm faced with a certain challenge and I'm not going to have the answer. I'm not going to have the solution to that problem, but I trust myself to find a way to come up with a solution on the fly, because that's what getting to your goals is. It's coming up with solutions on the fly, falling flat on your face, getting up, and then learning how to navigate, certain issues that come up better the next time. One thing that you hear a lot of coaches say, and this is obviously very common in all sports, if you're a sports fan, then I'm sure you'll resonate with this, but people say that the season is a very long grind. People say that, it's a long regular season before you get to the playoffs, and it's important to, hold yourself to a certain standard throughout the season and embrace the long, hard grind that is the season. And getting to your goals, the journey, your unique journey to getting to your goals is a long season. It's a grind. There's going to be times where things are going great, and there's going to be times where things aren't going so well. And it's important to stay level-headed throughout the entire process and realize that you are not going to get to your goals quicker trying to rush the process, trying to avoid times where you don't have the answer, because you will not have the answer sometimes as you progress towards your goals. Like, you just have to embrace the fact that things sometimes are going to be a bit challenging, but look forward to those challenges, because that's where you grow. And by growing, you become someone who is more capable of holding on to your goals once you get there. Realize this. The person you become as a byproduct of getting to your goals, all the highs and lows that come with your journey, the person you become as a byproduct of getting to your goals is what is important. And all the character traits and all the crafting and sculpting that your character and who you are as a person, all of that and what it amounts to is what is important. If you got to your goals and then you lost it all because you weren't the person who was really capable of holding on to it, you didn't embrace the grind, you didn't embrace your journey, you didn't embrace all the growth that happens as you take action towards your goals, if you tried to speed through the process and not really learn certain things and take time for yourself and reflect, if you didn't do that, you're going to be at a disadvantage. Because even if you got your goals, it's going to be a lot harder for you to grow with those goals and hold on to them. That's why it's important to embrace the growth, embrace the challenges, embrace the difficulty that comes with becoming the person who you want to be or reaching the goals, getting to the destinations that you want. People give up. People fail as they become who they want to become and realize, it's not for me. I guess I wasn't built for this. Getting up when you fall down and realizing, I'm not where I want to be yet, or I'm not who I want to be yet. I'm continuing to just, work towards something. I'm not going to give up just because I have temporary defeat. Embracing the fact that it's not always going to be easy. Those are the types of people that grow, embrace that growth, and they get to the places that they want to get to, and then they reach new levels and new levels and new levels because they aren't afraid to fail. They aren't afraid to, quote unquote, have temporary defeat. They're not afraid to fall flat on their face. They're not afraid to be like, I understand that in order to grow, it's going to be painful sometimes. It's not always going to be pretty. Self-development on social media, self-growth, self-improvement may look pretty and nice and comforting and calm on social media, but that's not always the case. Like, if you want to grow a muscle, you need to tear that muscle apart. And the same thing with your character, the same thing with just who you are as a person. Like, if you want to improve, if you want to grow, sometimes you need to take a few steps back. You need to fall flat on your face. And that's just part of it. And a lot of this, temporary defeat comes in different forms, and you just have to learn to embrace it. There may be times, for example, as you're continuously and consistently taking action towards your goals, you're not making enough progress, or you don't feel like you're making enough progress, and you get down on yourself. And navigating, that mentally can be a hurdle. That's part of the grind. You just have to embrace it. It's where you're going to grow. You're not seeing the results that you want to see. Continue to work, continue to put in that effort, and you will see growth. You will see, your hard work paying off, and that's great. But it's when you are going through the shit and you're not seeing the results that you want to see where you have to continuously have that positive self-talk. Tell yourself that this is part of the grind. Sometimes you're going to have lows, but that's where you grow. Embrace growth. Make the process the goal. Make you showing up for yourself and continuously staying disciplined even when things aren't going the way that you want them to go on your journey towards becoming who you want to be or getting to your goals. Make that the goal, staying disciplined. Embrace the grind. Embrace your journey. Embrace growth, and learn to make the process the goal in addition to what your actual goal is. I'm going to throw this example out there because, as someone building a brand, obviously it's important to have a presence on social media, and that's what I've done, building the presence of Being Community, for example, with these recordings and the TikToks and Instagram and all that. This is me being uncomfortable, putting myself outside of my comfort zone because of the vision that I see, this ultimately being, and the community that presence of being can be, the community that I see it being, that I know it will be. And I'm stepping outside my comfort zone, and I'm embracing the grind, I'm embracing the journey, and embracing the growth that I am going through, the growth that I'm experiencing as I continue to step outside of my comfort zone and put myself out there. I made the process the goal. What is the process? Creating content consistently, being consistent with these recordings, for example. That's the goal. The goal is obviously building the community, and I have, of course, long-term goals, but the process is also the goal. Learning to embrace the growth that happens as you make the process the goal. The process being, like I said, continuously making content consistently, showing up every single day and posting videos like this. That's the process. And I know if I can continuously make the process the goal, getting to those long-term goals becomes easier because you learn to embrace the growth that happens as you progress towards your goals. It's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be pretty. That's just the reality. Social media sometimes makes it seem like self-improvement is very easy, but it's not. Like, you have to sometimes tear those muscles to build them back up. And I know this is a little bit all over the place, but the truth is, if you want to get somewhere, if you want to become somebody, if you have a vision in mind of who you see yourself being or the kind of things that you want to do, there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. It's about embracing it all, realizing that your journey is unique to you, but don't just think that your journey is just a means to an end. Like, who you become as you take steps towards getting to the places that you want to get to is ultimately the most important part, because you want to be able to get to your goals, hold on to those goals, grow with those goals, become better, and continue to evolve and grow, because that is what I believe this is all about. Continuing to evolve, continuing to grow, continuing to improve. That's what I think this is all about. Knowing that you're whole, full, and complete while also evolving. So I hope you got some value out of this. I know it was a little bit all over the place, but this is coming from the heart. It really is. It's coming from the heart. Embrace the grind. Embrace growth, because that's where you ultimately become. Make the process to getting to your goals a goal. And I think as you navigate those tough times or those lows that sometimes happen as you grow, right? Tearing the muscle in order for it to get bigger, you'll have a bit more compassion for yourself, realizing that it's ultimately all for your betterment because you're going to grow as a byproduct of sometimes going through lows and facing resistance. So that's what I keep telling myself, and that's helped me. And I know that as I make the process the goal, I'm able to show up for myself more consistently because I know it leads to something. I know it's not for nothing. Taking consistent action, putting yourself out there, being uncomfortable, that's how you grow. So that's what I'm doing. It helps me, I think, so that's why I'm just sharing it. Hopefully, like I said, you got some value from this. Just another reminder, tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, presenceofbeing.co. The hats are being released. If you want to support the community, grab a hat. If you're within our community, if you like these recordings and you want to support, that would mean a lot. So thank you again. I greatly, greatly appreciate all your support. Thank you for listening to these recordings. And I'll see you in the next recording very soon.